Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 2 says this, live a life filled with love for others. How? Following the example of Christ who loved you. Where do you find the power to be able to live an unselfish life so you can love each other like God wants you to? You find it in Jesus Christ through His example, by following His example. Now, is it easier to do something without an example or with an example? With. So I want to illustrate that for you today, and I need a volunteer. Anybody want to volunteer to help me out with this? Somebody. Okay, come on up here. Jan, she can actually see now out of one eye. So what I have here, I've got two tables, and in these two boxes, what I've got are some Legos. Woo. Now, what I've done, Jan, is I've built a house out of Legos. But you're not going to be able to see the house. What I want you to do is I want you to take these Legos, and in about a minute, I need somebody to have a watch and time this, okay? Somebody can time this. In a minute, I want you to build the same exact house that I have built. All right, so ready? Somebody timing? Set. Go.
What color is your house?
I'll tell you.
Okay. These don't even go together, Mark. Okay, I don't. Let's get them from the nursery. When's the nursery for? These don't even fit together.
Time's up.
These don't even fit together.
I'm sorry to say, I would not want to live in that house.
Neither would I. I wouldn't even put my
But
dog in that.
you gave it a good try, Jan. You really did. So give her a hand, okay? Now, I appreciate you at least trying. You're very courageous for trying. So here's what I built. I built a lighthouse out of the same exact ones that you built. Yes.
No, I don't have any of those.
Oh, yeah, you got plenty of those.
No.
So, and then I also built a nice little boat, sailboat, that went along with it. So what was easier? If I gave you this to look at, could you do this?
Yeah.
Could you? Okay, so
At least right.
that's the point that I want you to understand today. Without an example, life is so difficult. But when you've got an example to look at and to follow, life is so much easier. Relationships are so much easier. And that's what God gave to us. He gave us an example to follow. You don't have to clean that up, sis.
Okay.
That's all right. You did a really good job. Give her a hand. Thank you. Thank her. Now, here's what I did. See, what I did, I went online and I downloaded 26 pages of very clear instructions on how to build this lighthouse and this sailboat. And I was able to do it in 2 minutes with the instructions. 2 minutes. All of that with the instructions. But I printed them all out. I downloaded them off the internet, about 26 pages worth. See, this is what God did. He downloaded for us page after page after page of instructions in how to establish and have healthy relationships with each other and with Him. And what do? Oh, I'll just try to work it out on my own, and I don't need to read that. I don't need to download that. I don't need to memorize that. I can figure this all out by myself. And what do you have in the end? You got a house you don't want to live in. Right?